Assalamu alaikum. This is Brother Clifton Raheem Bradley from out of Chicago, Illinois. And today Assalamu alaikum, I am doing a show about what is Ramadan. What is Ramadan? We'll find out. We got a guest coming on, Brother Red Ross, to talk about Ramadan. And there was a mishap. I don't know what happened. We had set the show up. I sent him a link, and you know what? He could not get through to the link. And you know what happens is he will, if he can't get through, that means that you know what we will not be taking telephone calls because we will be doing this over the phone. And hi to the people in Canada, the United States, Central America, Brazil, Peru, Egypt, the diaspora, Africa. I know y'all in the Holy Mecca right now in the Middle East, Europe and Asia, and Australia. You know what everybody always forgets? You don't even know if I have an audience. Yeah? You got the North Pole, and you got the South Pole. Is it the South Pole and the North Pole? I don't know. But you're looking at the Underground Railroad television show. We do a television show in Chicago. We come on every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. And I'd love for you to join the chat room to say what there's some people that what Ramadan to Muslims means different. It means the same thing, but people have a different way of expressing how they feel about Ramadan. And I just thought that I believe that this is important to discuss it because there's somebody out there looking in cyberspace. They do not know what Ramadan is. They don't understand. What are they doing? What are they doing? I noticed I have lunch with him, but now he will not have lunch with me. Doing every time this thing they call a Ramadan. What is this? He used to come to the hot dog stand and he used to buy this. He used to buy that. First of all, we should be eating a zabiha food in halal. Halal means that it is allowable, and zihar means that it is being slaughtered in the name of Allah. But you know what? All of us don't do that, but we should do that. We should do that. About talking to other people. Hey, man, I'm talking to myself too. I'm talking to myself. What is Ramadan? I'm waiting on Red Ross to. I'm waiting on Red Ross to come in, and I'm gonna try to call him one more time. I hate doing this, like over the line like this, but you know what? There are people that are busy to try to extinguish things, but I want to tell. You know what? I forgot to say hi to the Muslims in the UK. Islam for the UK. You know what? They're doing magnificent work, and there are people that are wondering why are you doing shows on Islam. I just think that it's important for me to do. You know what? This Ramadan, I am looking at television. And you know what? I'm not looking at that much television. That is something I am not doing because everything that I see on television, I'm looking. And you know what? I have never ever looked at television. And I'm saying, all of these things are geared towards people that do not believe in Islam, which have to understand to the people that are watching. We are in America, and this is a Judeo-Christian society. But that is something that just came. That's just something that just came to my head. I was like, wow. I, and it's like during Ramadan, it gives you the ability to focus in intensely on your deen, on your religion, and not totally block out worldly things that happen, because you're going to talk about worldly things that are happening. That's something that you're going to do. Okay. But these things that I'm looking at on the news, for some reason, they don't seem to matter to me like they used to. They don't. So what, man? You know, somebody get killed. I'm concerned about that, but I'm just saying, somebody throwing a football, somebody kicking at a soccer game, somebody at a cricket game, hockey, football, baseball statistics. Those things do not appear to matter too much to me. I don't know during Ramadan, because you know what? I'm going to do everything I can to finish to read the Quran, which is the holy book of Muslims all over the world, whether they are Shiite Muslims, whether they are Ahmadi, Sunni, Shiite, Hamadi, Maliki. And you know what? I'm leaving somebody out. But you know what? That I kind of think, you know what? That should be my focus, is just reading the Quran. And I think, like, even after I get through with this broadcast, I have an appointment. And you know what? Inshallah, I may make it. I may not make it. It all depends on what the Creator wants you to. Your focus for people that are looking out there. Your focus should not be on a football game, on a basketball game, on the XFL, on the cricket game in the UK, boomerang game, boomerang games they might have in Australia. Okay, your focus should be on the Creator, and it should be intensified. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call my guest, because you know what? I have sent him the link, but there are always, in my opinion, there are always people, whether it be covertly or overtly, and we may say, let's just say may, be working against the propagation of Islam, because they feel threatened by Islam. And they feel threatened because they don't understand that Muslims believe in one God. We pray 5 times a day. We believe in paying zakat. We believe we should go to holy Mecca at least one time in our lives that we can afford it. But there are people, and I'm leaving out one because I don't have my notes in front of me. But you know what? People just do not understand. And some people, I have some people that tell me that, and I listen, that Islam was spread by the sword. And you know what? This is not true. This is falsehood. This is a fallacy. And according to To what I know, if that individuals that attempt to spread the deen of Islam by the sword, they're wrong. They're wrong. They try to do havoc to a community and kill innocent people that have done absolutely nothing wrong to them. They are wrong. And I will tell you, you know what, the majority of Muslims do not conduct themselves like that. So I'm going to call my guest, and you know what? I guess that we're going to end up doing this over the phone. I did not plan this, but you know, subhanAllah to Allah, it says that we plan, but Allah plans. And God, and therefore Allah is the best planner. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to call him. If it's Allah's will, I will reach him. Only if it's Allah's will. And see if it's still permissible for him to do it within his the time that he has allotted, because you don't know what somebody's. Assalamu alaikum, brother. So you can't get through to that link, not at all. Okay. Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do is put you on the live line. I'm going to put it so that we can't, for people that are listening, we cannot take telephone calls. But what we're going to do is, this is what we're going to, maybe we can, but you know what? I'm going to put you on the speakerphones, okay? Okay. And I'm going to turn it all the way up. And let me say, you know what? The people that are listening, my guest is on the telephone. So, you know what, guest, if you have something playing in the background, please turn it down. Okay. And you know what? I want to make an introduction of Brother Red Ross. Brother Red Ross. If you have like sound in the background, please turn it down. Okay. But you know what? So Brother Red Ross has been working tirelessly in the community to uplift the conscious level of people. And I am proud to know that he is my Islamic brother, and I love him for the sake of Islam. And he has his own platform. Do you have a speaker on in the background?
Sir.
Do you have a speaker on in the background? No?
No, sir.
Okay. So you know what? He has been working tirelessly in the community. And I'm sorry about the background noise to the people that listening, but he has his own platform. His platform, he has millions of people listening. I have maybe only a handful, but you know what? It is indeed an honor to have him to take time out of his precious day to come on the Underground Railroad television show in Chicago. Again, we come on every Saturday night at 10:30. So, Brother Red Ross, Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan Kareem.
Alhamdulillah. And Brother Red Ross, there's so many good things that I can say about you. Man, I'll be on here for half an hour. Okay. So you know what? But tell us about yourself, and please tell us about the great platform that you have. And I urge the people that look at the Underground Railroad television show to have Brother Red Ross on as a guest and to tell everybody once he gives the information to tune into the show. I know you got millions of people. I don't know you ain't work. We can get a little handful for my show. Okay.
It is never too many.
Brother Red Ross, tell us about yourself, please.
Well, this journey that we all on, and we may not know nothing about doing Ramadan, the fast, when it says fast is good for good people that do. And that's in the Quran and the Bible. And it's only allowing you to understand something that if you know something is good for you or whatever bad for you, whatever, you research it and study it so you don't take the low end or low ball, whatever it is that's healthy for you in your knowledge or wisdom of the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
And in Islam, it's so potent that you want for yourself what you want for your brother. You know, it's we also learned that in the knowledge of the day and the sunnah, if your brother make a mistake, you're supposed to make 50 excuses to help him.
And for people that don't know what the Sunni is, can you explain? Because there may be someone that's thinking about doing dawah. What is Sunni?
I mean, you can explain better than me, I know it's part of the thing, submit to the will of Allah and stay in the ramifications of helping the people. Because there's only two keys to paradise, and that's keeping Allah first and treating the people right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so your intentions, your niyyah is everything.
Mm-hmm. So, niyyah, for people don't know, niyyah means intentions. For people don't know, but the brother will correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. So, I would like to say, tell us something about yourself before we get started, and your great platform that you have, and how people can get connected to it.
Well, Islam saved me in so many ways because I was introduced to it by a young lady in 1969. Mm-hmm. Never mind who Allah sent, who the message is, as long as you get the message. You know, I was taught by my grandmother. No. You may not like a person, but if he's speaking the truth, listen. So, Islam draw my spirit toward the knowledge of what it was in 1969 when I was kind of not tired of baptism, being in the Baptist church, but just it wasn't going anywhere for me. It was like a circle. Mm-hmm. And when I crossed over into Islam, it was an ongoing learning session because my mother told me when you stop learning, you're dead. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to stay alive as long as I could, and if learning keeps you alive, then I open my ears and close my mouth. So the things I heard and understood about Islam and that was valued in me from studying the knowledge, it was if you want to call it a religion, but for us it's a way of life. Mm-hmm. But if you want to call it a religion and put some kind of title up under the over it, I felt as though it was a religion that brings people together. Mm-hmm. And it was basically easy, like 1, 2, 3. God doesn't make anything hard, we do. Mm-hmm. All the good comes from the Creator. Anything bad comes from your hand. Mm-hmm. But if you're not, how would I say, if you're not, it's a word that I always use. It's like it's a part of being responsible, accountable. Mm-hmm. If you're not accountable for your learning experience and understanding that Allah puts through you, then there's not much anybody can do with you if you don't do anything with yourself. So through the learning and the conversation and coming into my own, it wasn't my own. It was Allah directed me to the path.
Alhamdulillah.
So, what I try to do is stay on the path because it was such a glorifying path that you could see benefit from it as far as helping the people. Just like fasting helps you understand what countries and people that don't eat in Somalia and other countries that don't eat food. Our cutoff time is 7:20. Mm-hmm. Their cutoff time may be 7 days. Mm-hmm. See, the hardship that we feeling when people not eating during the fast makes you recognize and learn things because it's a cleansing of the body and the soul and the mind. Mm-hmm. But Shaitan is chained down. Mm-hmm. So you can't put nothing on him. You can't say the devil made you do it because he don't make you do anything anyway. He just whisper. And He's whispering to your thoughts, and you think it's you thinking.
Now I have to tell y'all something. Red Ross is a very humble brother, but I'm gonna ask him again. What time? We know you have millions of followers on your platform, and we would like to know how can the people that look at the Underground Railroad connect with your platform, because you're working to change and to transform people's lives. How do they listen to you?
On Tuesday from 4 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
it's Truth, TRUTH,
Mm-hmm.
HD.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the memory of Harold Davis, but the HD means high definition.
Mm-hmm.
It's Truth HD, and the name of my specific show is The Big Payback.
Okay.
When you put that in behind the Truth HD, then all my shows will pop up, and the telephone number to the show, which is 773-941-5167.
Mm-hmm.
And I call it a community show because anybody can come talk on my show if they're making sense.
Mm-hmm.
The same way Cliff invites people to talk about certain topics and different things about the show or what's going on in life, period. To awaken some people. That's what my show is about. It's about me and him being Muslim. We think alike. We do things alike. The similarities in the chemistry because of Allah. There's nothing special about me and Cliff because we all fall short of the glory of the Creator. However you say it, whatever religion you say it in, we all fall short. Because if we didn't, we would have the answers to all the problems in the world. So let's not play with ourselves. We don't have the answers.
Let me tell you something. There's something special about it. He's got 1 million followers. I only got a handful. But you know what? I thank Allah for whatever I have.
That's right. and I say this out of humbleness and love for you because I say it everywhere I go. Like the Martin Luther King thing that I got to have you in next year, with your jacket and everything. That we do it every first Saturday in April because we're not going to allow people to assassinate our leaders and then tell us when to celebrate it. We pick the first Saturday, and the understanding of it is community bringing each other together, bringing each other up on accountability, responsibility, and transparency. When you say that to the children and show them, then they understand you better and they listen a little better. With the understanding, what I was saying that to you, Cliff, was they was talking about it was like about 150 people out there. Okay, well, you're not going to get a lot of people if you don't have naked girls on the set or some Remy or some Ciroc. All the things that's influence from church. So if you don't really understand, you have to look at if the myth was true. If Jesus changed the world with 12, why do we always look for numbers? Yeah. That's why your small handful you talking about, they ain't small as you think. They're bigger than you think because they're unified and listening to your show, and that's power. That's strength. Praises to Allah. I got to tell the people out there that all praises to Allah. For me, if there's one that listens to my show and they embrace Islam, I have not only, the word has not only saved them, it's saved a whole generation. So I am thankful if there's one person that has been listening. And I say that in humbleness and in humility. Not thinking more of myself than I am. Brother Red Ross, I would like to ask you, why does Ramadan happen every month? I mean, every year it happens in a different month. Why does it happen in a different month? And what is it significant of when it does happen? When the solar sites change, which is the atmosphere, when it changes, the time changes. We have to follow the sunnah, which is the knowledge that she was mentioning, and that's what makes us understand that it's not a religion; it's a way of life. If you don't follow that way, take that way, and try to put your own way in it, then you didn't understand Islam. You didn't understand the centerfold that Allah has you in. But I beckon you to get back to your studies and realize where you at, what you're doing, because it's glorified in your soul and it shows in your spirit. So there's no connotation or innovation in between the knowledge about Ramadan and the fasting because the cleanliness of your body and your correctness in your character means more than you could ever know. If you can stop cursing, backbiting, cheating, or whatever, the tribes out of the 4 or 5 pillars of doing Ramadan, if you clean yourself for 30 days, Allah don't need you to clean yourself for 30 days. That is a practice for you to clean yourself for life. If you can conscious of your profanity and conscious of your eating, you can be conscious of your life and your lifestyle.
Yeah, but you know what? As we talk about Ramadan, and correct me if I have disinformation, is Ramadan significant? The beginning of the first night that the Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam?
The night of power.
No, from talking about Ramadan, is it significant of the first night that the Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad? If I'm incorrect, correct me.
No, sir, you're correct.
And it's first. So when these revelations were given to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he was in some cave. And what was the cave? And what did he go through? What did he go through in that cave?
He went through I believe he went through a vision of the angel Gabriel taking him and giving him the messages from Allah about Iqra. And he said he couldn't read. He said Iqra a second time. He said, but I can't read. The third time he said Iqra, and Muhammad looked at the words, he began to read, if I'm correct.
And
the cave gave him the loneliness, the same thing as Moses going to the mountain. You always have a precise time when the Creator brings you near to him.
And you know, as we talk about Ramadan, is it obligatory for a Muslim to go through Ramadan under normal circumstances? And what if he's a diabetic?
Allah gave you a mind. And if you sit up and you sick or you get sick, you know you can't do certain things. You only do it to a degree. My children tell me that I shouldn't fast because of my diabetes. As you're talking about that, whether it's 1 or 2. I don't know about the people shooting answer, but I know for a person that's taking the pills, and I look at Allah didn't give us this disease or whatever you want to call diabetes. It's from obesity or something we eat or not exercising enough or whatever the bad of it is, it comes from us. The good of it comes from the Creator. And if Allah allowed me to have it, He allowed me to make it through Ramadan with the same spirit, but not be sick. If you believe in what you say, now you can say you believe in the Deen and the Sunnah, and your faith is this high and this and that, and your faith really don't have to be no bigger than a mustard seed if you know how big a mustard seed is. So the little mustard seed of faith I got is carrying me through 49 Ramadans, through 49 fasts. And I've never been sick or had a problem, so I don't rebuttal with my children because I'm a good listener. When the ears stand up, the mouth sit down. But I also told them that Allah know where I'm at in my health, in my state of health, better than I do in any doctor. Because He's the doctor of the doctors.
And let me say, for the individual that cannot fast because of physical ailments, what should the individual do? What should they do?
He should continue with his fast. It may be that he may have to drink something or put something in his mouth to keep his strength up or his health up, but Allah understands. As long as you do it for the purpose of keeping yourself healthy or in tune to fast, Allah knows best.
I have a question, and I would like for you to correct me if I am wrong. It says that if you cannot make the fast, you can feed somebody that is poor. But if I am wrong, correct me.
No, sir, you're right.
Okay. So
if you mess up, not called mess up, if you miss a point of part of it is you can feed from 3 to 7 individuals,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just as potent as the fast.
Okay. And as we talk about Ramadan, are the women do the women go on Ramadan? And then when they do go on Ramadan, what happens during their menstrual cycle?
I think that's the DNC.
Okay.
I think. Now I'm not sure, Cliff, but I think that there's that's just like a bathroom being in the mosque.
Yes.
It won't happen.
No. Now they have to. You can correct me if I'm wrong. They are too fast, but on their menstrual cycles, they're not even to go to the masjid, and they have to make those days up. But correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, sir. My daughter asked me about that when she first took her shahada.
What is shahada for people that don't know?
Submit to do the will of God.
Alhamdulillah.
Coming under the deen.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
And when she did that, I bought her all the books and things that she needed to read in case she didn't understand what I was saying. She could read it. Mm-hmm. So I let her read about the administration part, and she don't have to go to the mosque as men have to because we don't have no break. And I preference male and female. We don't have 7 days of any kind of administered blood from our body.
No. I read something, Brother Red, correct me if I'm wrong, says that the woman, a Muslima, does not even have to go to the mosque. It's better for her to sit in the corner in the house and make prayers. If she's married, she don't even have to go to the mosque because her husband's obligation is to teach her. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right, sir.
Can you expand on that?
Well, it's Allah knows best. And if that was a part of what Muhammad had wrote and read, then we can't change that. And the woman has to understand that and what her part is, because Allah created her just as well He created us. But she has different positions and different parts. Mm-hmm. She can be in the house, like you saying, in a corner or just praying, and that reaches Allah. Mm-hmm. She don't need no mediator for that. But if her husband is on his deen and he's at the mosque, it's the blessing and favor from Allah on both of us.
Mm-hmm. When we talk about Ramadan, I'm sorry about the feedback. Is it obligatory that Muslims go through Ramadan, or can they say, forget it, we're going to do what we want to do? And why?
You're not studying Islam, man. Mm-hmm. You left the fold.
Okay.
And the fold is just worshiping Allah and doing His due. Mm-hmm. The fast is for Allah. It's not for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if you want to tell everybody you fasting for some self-pity or want them to feel bad for you, you feel bad for the people in those countries that don't have food, that can't eat out a fast. They fast lasts all day, all week.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. And brother, I would like to ask you, Red Ross, what there are people that do not understand what the night of power is. And if you could give us clarification on what the night of power is and what it represents and the significance of it, the audience would appreciate that.
Well, the night of power is just it's just how it sounds. The night of power. You pray all night. You stay up, you sacrifice. The sleep that you would get, you give it to Allah. And Allah give you something back even greater. Most of your prayers and times and things are answered during Ramadan because the night of power brings so much power. You understand that the Prophet ﷺ took a flight through 7 heavens.
Yes.
And it has so much spiritual significance in it. Once you get an idea, excuse me, 1 second.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that my other phone was on. I have a privilege from the Creator to have 3 or 4 phones.
Praises to Allah.
I I turned them all off, I thought, and there was one still coming through. But because if you told people to cut their sound or any background sound out, everything should be cut off because everything is off.
Okay, I can't hear nothing in the background now.
Right. See, that's understood. When you listen, you can understand. When you're talking, you don't hear anything. So I heard you the first time. That's why I couldn't believe that phone that went off. But after having, like I said, 3 or 4 phones we favored, you may miss one, turning one down or turning it off or whatever. But it's easy to catch it and do what you have to do. But anyway, the Night of Power means so much that the studies and understanding of it is. It's more than just a big part of Islam. It's a part of the knowledge that pushes you to a greater limit and a greater understanding about what's going on in the Night of Power.
But you said that is the night. It is said that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went up to the 7 heavens.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
The travel, the understanding of it. It's just not a fairy tale or something that's been made up. It's something that's real. It's something that if you study and understand it, then you realize what we are speaking about when we talk about the Night of Power. How important it is, how significant it is during Ramadan.
When you speak of the Night of Power, most scholars believe that you get tremendous blessings on the odd nights, not the even nights. And I would like to ask you, why do they say it's the odd nights? And what blessings do you receive if you catch it on that night?
Oh, the blessings are tremendous for 1,000 years. Can you just imagine that?
I thought it was 1,000 months. Go ahead.
My fault.
Okay.
That's right. Thank you, sir. It's for the 1,000 months. With the knowledge and the wisdom and the things that you feel that come through on the Night of Power that was so exclusive from the Creator, giving that to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's the 7 heavens. The travel of it is, and you read and study it, you could feel it. If you have any kind of imagination, you can't even imagine him going to 7 different planets, 7 different heavens, sitting still but traveling at the same time.
And you know what? The other question is, why do the majority of scholars say that the blessings come on an odd night instead of the even night? Enlighten us, please.
Well, people don't really understand numbers because even numbers is not the Creator. That's even-handed. That's the left and the right. God is odd because there's only one.
Okay.
The Creator is one. So when you're talking about odd, the number 1 is odd. And all its odd numbers are the key numbers. 7, 9. The 9 months your parent carry you. It's a complete circle. The 360 degrees of the knowledge. It's all under the guise of the Night of Power.
So you will concur with the scholars when they say that the blessings are on odd nights. You will concur with that.
Yes, sir.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir. And I proceeded to show and tell because I want them to understand that God loves the odd.
Alhamdulillah. And Brother Red Ross, I must say again to my audience, people that are listening to this broadcast, share it, like it. If you like it, and then if you want to give me a donation to help us doing on my PayPal account, it would be appreciated because it's helping my platform to grow. But Brother Red Ross, I would like to ask you something else. Again, can you give the information in the YouTube and Facebook page that you have? And once you send that to me, I will put that in the description on my YouTube page so people can be connected with you. It is all about networking with people. And I want people that are looking at this broadcast to connect with him because what he's doing is significant. It's not foolishness. It's about something. So if you could give that information, Please, I say that humbly, brother.
Yes, sir. It's no problem, sir. It's on YouTube and Facebook under the guise of Truth, TRUTH, HB. .net, if you're going through the .net part, but it's Truth HD on any one of those search engines. And the name of the show specifically is The Big Payback. Everything comes up under that. And we talk about whatever you need to talk about to make your life better, make you understand what you're studying, what you're learning, or what you need help in. We're here to help. We're here to give you a chance to voice your opinion on Islam, the knowledge of Islam, or the people, or the fast, or anything you would like to talk about that will better another human being's life. And you heard Cliff say, if you only had one listener, and they got something under their belt to move toward Islam, that's great. Because in the good book it says, a heap of call, but only a few gonna come. So we can call out to the millions. What Cliff said was that one listen and transform. We've done our part.
Let me tell y'all, you know what? But he's being humble. He has millions. he has a lot, and I have a little, and I thank Allah for that. And you know what? All praises do not Allah. I have other question for you, Red Ross.
Yes, sir.
There are Muslims in China. In I forgot the other country. There are Muslims around the globe that are being oppressed. Okay, Islam for the UK. Okay, let me say in China. Okay, globally there are Muslims that are being persecuted for their belief in Islam, for them praying 5 times a day, for them going through Ramadan. I would like to know, and the Palestinians, and may peace come to the Palestinians in Israel.
Yes, sir.
Would you have a message for the individuals that are listening that are being oppressed for their belief? It's upon Allah to Allah that are listening globally.
It's a little more than faith. But having faith in the deen and the sunnah will take you further. Your belief shows if you believe in Allah or if you believe in this dunya. Because the dunya gonna be here. Allah will keep you here if your faith is strong. He knows what's in your heart. He know what we know not. You have to put on your suit on. You have to put on your best of armor in Islam, because the war on Islam is something that they don't show you, but it's something that you should know. There's a hidden hand when it comes to dealing with the knowledge and the wisdom of Islam, because it's so powerful, because it's a basic knowledge of the sunnah and the deen. It doesn't separate you from the people. It draws you closer.
But I'm asking, Brother Red, what message would you have to the brothers that are being oppressed overseas for their belief in Islam?
I think that they should stay focused, because Allah is there, and there's nothing they can do to them without Allah's permission.
And you know what, Brother Red? This is another question. Now, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. There are Islamic mosques that are under surveillance by CIA, FBI, Homeland Security to destabilize Islam. According to the COINTELPRO, what message would you have for the individuals that are from organizations that are doing devious things like that?
The day is here. Time is upon them. They don't have time to worry about us, because if you were worried about how people gonna eat and the food shelters and the games that they playing with the water and the food, you don't have time to keep your 100% view on Islam.
They play little games, brother, taking pictures of people when they walk in the mosque, and they send individuals in the mosque that are dressed as repairmen, and they set up bugs and cameras and listening devices. Why would they do something like that to people that pray 5 times a day and believe in Allah? I'm asking you.
Because they would rather deter you with fear. Which fear really only is false impression, something that appear to be real. But Islam is not fear. It's love and it's unity. So my point to them that's doing that, their day is here too. The time is upon them.
Yes.
There's nothing stronger than Allah. And I know Allah can handle his own because he's been doing it since before me and you was born. And he'll be doing it after we leave here.
Alhamdulillah. And you know what, Brother Red? I have a question. Have you been on the Hajj?
No, sir. That's what I'm playing.
That's what I was going to ask you. Can you tell us what your experience was on the Hajj? So,
we understanding what the Imam tells us about coming to Jumu'ah, facing the east. You're at the Hajj, even though you're not there physically. If you get there physically, it's a favor to Allah. The same money you go away in restaurants and playing games and doing foolish things and want to buy every car you can see. At the same time, you can take out a little change and walk on the grounds of the first house built by Creator's message, Adam.
My question to you, if you cannot go to the Hajj and you have the capital to send someone else on your behalf, do you get the blessings or you don't get the blessings? Explain it to us.
It's your deal. But you explain to them about the intentions. Your intentions is if you couldn't go physically or you have problems with airplanes or whatever, and you send someone that's substantially, you don't know what's in their heart but Allah. If they go into the Holy Land and come back with the right understanding or the right information, then you've done a great thing. And Allah blesses you for that, favors you for that, because if you're selfish down here, if you're selfish here, how can you be anything but that in paradise? So you'll never get it.
So if they come back from the Hajj without clear understanding, do you still get the blessings because you sent them?
I would have to go into study about that with you to find out, because I can't make a decision for Allah.
Allah knows best. Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir.
And brother Red Ross, I have been asking you a series of questions, and we're winding down. And I want to ask you, there may have been something specifically that you wanted to say that I did not give you the opportunity to say, and I would be dismissed if I did not give you that opportunity. If you have a finishing message.
Just that sentence alone puts you above the crowd.
Praise it,
God. Every question you asked me was pertaining to something I would want to say to enlighten the people to understand about the Deen and the Sunnah and Ramadan, because it's all poised positioning for you to become what you were born to be. When you was in your mother's stomach, you was born submitting to the will of God. All of us was curled up. Wasn't nobody standing up in their mother's stomach. So when you were born into the submission of Islam, worshiping Allah. But when you come out, they try to make you something else. But you're born willing to submit to the Creator, because you're in a fetus fold. And that fold is the same humbleness that when you're bending down on the ground, putting your forehead on the ground and speaking the words of Islam. Everything that you allowed me to say, and the questioning and any part that somebody thought was extra, though it all fits into the spirit and the Deen. Because by it being a way of life, we don't play with it as a religion to separate us, to say we this and we that. Because God had no color barrier or race barrier.
And Brother Red Ross, my next question to you, and I'm going to conclude why there's no compulsion in Islam. In your opinion, why should a person even consider, I think about coming to Islam? Why should they consider, and why do you invite them?
Because I know there's a better way to life, and I live it. And I would like to say somebody else live it too, because sharing is caring.
Mm-hmm.
And you want for your brother what you want for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, what kind of brother?
Mm-hmm.
We know that a Muslim is a friend to a Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have that problem. That's why me and you have so much love between each other.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to see the world love each other.
Okay. So you invite them to Islam, right?
Yes, sir.
So he's giving dawah right now. And you know what, Brother Red Ross, I humbly thank you for accepting the invitation to come on the Underground Railroad TV show, even though it's on the internet. And before we leave, I would like for you to give your information one more time to why they can get your content to listen to the information that you have with news you can't afford to lose. so please give them your information, and then I have to get ready to sign. We'll sign off.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay.
Truth, TRUTH, HD. True HD, high definition. The name of my show specifically is The Big Payback. We come on Tuesday from 4 to 5 and Thursday from 3 to 5. Anytime you want to come on the show or talk about some knowledge, or as the society say, chop it up about business, life, and what it offers and what the Creator has for you. You come on my show anytime. It's a neighboring show, and it's for the people.
Brother Red Ross is Brother Red Ross is somebody that you should know. And no matter what city you are, no matter what, one day they're gonna make a movie about this brother. You know what? He may be working on a book, but you know what? One day he is a. Y'all ever see the movie Never Die Alone? He by DMX. Red Ross has an extraordinary life. And I don't mean that in a bad way. But look up the movie Never Die Alone by DMX. I think DMX, King David.
He had unknown Islam in him.
Yes, but he changed.
And he took it back to the people.
But he changed.
Yes, sir.
He changed. He tried to change. And I want to say to the people that are listening to this broadcast, support your local masjid, wherever city, community that you live in. I want to give a shout out to Masjid El Farouk at 8900 South Stony Island.
Yes, sir.
And I want to give a shout out, of course, to Masjid El Fatih at 4700. Okay. South Woodlawn, right on the lakefront. And MCC Masjid on Elston Avenue. And these masjids are in Chicago. Okay. The masjid on 37th and Calumet always get their name wrong. Is it Manyun? 37th and Calumet?
Yes, sir.
Go to in Calumet. And you know what? Support your local masjids. You know what? This deen of Islam will continue to spread. And it will spread like wildfires. And we know that these masjids and other masjids are being watched by agents. But you know what? There's nothing you can find wrong. If we pray 5 times a day,
yes, sir.
Okay, we believe in one God. You pay the zakat. Okay, you try to make the Hajj if you can. So these agents that are watching and monitoring these Islamic mosques, you know, I talk to imams and we laugh about it. I'm not gonna say the imams I talk to. We laugh about it.
Yes,
So the imams that I know, they say that we know, and I never call their names, that the enemy plans, but Allah plans.
and
And
Allah plan
Allah
is better.
is the best plan of all.
Yes.
So Muslims and non-believers, you are invited to Islam, and you know what? There's no compulsion.
No, sir.
But you know what? Even if you just read one little line about Islam,
Yes, sir.
this from our ideology, this will save you.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not gonna say from what,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
but it will save you. The more reading you do, the more you just know what it'll save you from.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's a beautiful way to put that, brother.
Alhamdulillah. So, you know, I want to say, just say thank you, and thank you to my sponsors, Rick's Muffler Shop at 8900 South Commercial. Let me see. Royal Cameras in Hanover Park. Yeah, my barber at 7900 South Jeffrey. Stan the man. He's a little short guy. And if my hair looks bad, I ain't got none. It's not because of him, it's because of me. Okay? And I'm leaving out somebody. And Say My Media Productions. How am I going to forget my own company?
You didn't forget, you just so wound up in the truth.
Don't really lie.
It came right back around to you.
Yeah.
It's good. Never late.
And I go last. It's no problem. And you know what? We do video production in Chicago. If you want video production done, and you want something set up like this with green screen, that is something that we do. Come on the show. We ask that you help because this is not free. This is not free. You know, we ask. But I said, I'm not telling you, but you're gonna come on and I said, give me whatever you want to. You give me $1. Whatever. Because you know what? I'm already rich.
Yes, sir.
Because Allah, well, I could pass out 1,000 cards and I won't get any more than what Allah wants me to have.
Yes, sir.
As long as I got this deed. The Red Ross, I want to thank you for giving of your precious time to give dawah and to explain what Ramadan is and what a Muslim should be striving to be, and to be connected by being entrenched in reading his Quran, especially during Ramadan, and making this a lot, but you should be doing that all year round. But I will admit to you, Brother Red Ross, it puts me back in tune.
Thank you, sir.
You know, it puts me back in tune. For me, it's like getting a tuna.
Yes, sir.
You know,
yes, sir.
I ain't gonna lie, I fall short.
Yes, sir. We all do. I don't know nobody that made it all the way. So nobody came back from the dirt and told me they made it.
I'm really loud. So you know what? I'm gonna try to get Brother B on. You know, this is my brother. He's out there always. I didn't bite my tongue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you'll be coming on Truth Radio, so they can listen to the local channels on a Tuesday and Thursday and might see you.
Inshallah. I want the people to know, even if I'm not on there. Listen, because what he has to say, he's feeding you. I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about knowledge. And we all hunger for food, so we should hunger for knowledge too. And Red Ross is feeding the millions by the multitude. So, have your moment.
And you know, it's so beautiful that you said that, Cliff, because I tell people, my show is to show the people it's not their fault, but I also feed you food for thought. When you fed your stomach, fed your mind sometimes.
Yeah, you're feeding them.
Yes, sir.
You're feeding them knowledge to enhance their lives and to embellish their lives. And you're giving them doses of Islam too. not bashing them over the head with Islam.
Yes,
You're giving it to them in doses. And you know what? For that, and special thanks out to Brother Harold Davis, who is no longer with us, and Brother Boise Edwards. You want to say anything about Harold?
So,
you want to say anything about Harold?
Great guy. Brought us all together on all levels. And Boise was outstanding with wisdom and knowledge. They was a tag team that was unmatchable. So I thank the Creator for allowing me to dabble across the grace of their path. That means you still talking about them, because we don't let our heroes die just like the other people don't. You know, Elvis always just left the building, or John Wayne just turned the corner. Well, so did Harold and Boise. You know, alive forever, just as Muhammad Salam, always alive. Always on our tongue. Always in our reading and studies. Always and forever. And I thank the Creator for allowing me to come across your path to meet you, and you to come across my path to meet me. Because we realize that one hand washes the other, and Allah washes them both. We realize that the money and the fame and the people clapping for you, and the people patting you on the back and telling you how good you are on the day of Yom Kippur, on the day of judgment, that ain't gonna make no difference anyway. At all. They're gonna be running from you. No, I thought you said I was good. No, not today.
Alhamdulillah. So you know what, Brother Red Ross, like I say again, damn, darn, they're doing another show. But you know what? But Brother Red Ross, again, like I said, I'm appreciative to you coming on the show and sharing your divine wisdom and your knowledge, brother. Thank you. Shukran, brother.
Shukran.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, Ramadan. So you have been watching the Underground Railroad, and you know what? It is incumbent upon me with my little platform to share the deen of Islam and to invite you. I'm not the perfect Muslim. I am not. That's why I bow down to the submission in the will, to the will of Allah, because I have many, many imperfections. And I try to stay away from people that think more of themselves than what they are. Because you know what? I always attribute that in the Quran. I see those as attributes of the devil. When I'm around people, I listen, but I try to get away from them. And I treat them with respect. People that are running around beating their chests, talking about, oh man, I'm missing it. For me, I'm nothing. I'm only what Allah. I'm striving only to be what Allah wants me to be. Whether one person is listening to this show, not thousands. Again, you patting me on the back, saying I'm a good man, I'm great, I'm all that. I know on the day of judgment, that will not account for anything. My wife won't be able to save me. My kids won't be able to save me. My money won't be able to save me. My house, my car. It's nothing. I thank Allah for what Allah has given me. I'm just thankful. And this has been a great, great Ramadan for me so far. And the Muslims that are having a hard time, come on, you can do it. You can't, but if you cannot make it, for whatever reason, because I'm not your judge, nor your jury, I can't have the ability to put you in heaven or hell. Feed somebody. Feed one person. I don't know what ayat that is. feed one person. But it also says that fasting for you, although you do that, fasting for you is best. But for whatever reason, you cannot do it. Feed somebody. One person. One person. And I like to say to the audience out there, the things that I have said that is wrong, not a scholar. May Allah forgive me. The things that I said that are good, they come from Allah. They don't come from myself. Oh no. Now I ain't gonna get it twisted or conflicted. And I'm gonna say, again, Salam's out. Non-believers think about Islam, and for the people in Canada, all of the Muslims that are in Canada, Ramadan Mubarak. United States, Ramadan Mubarak. Central America, Peru, Brazil, Ramadan Mubarak. Cuba, Ramadan Mubarak. The diaspora of Africa, Ramadan Mubarak. Europe, Ramadan Mubarak. Asia, Ramadan Mubarak. Asia, I think I said Asia. And I'm leaving out somebody in the Baltic states, Ramadan Mubarak. In Australia, Ramadan Mubarak. Here's the Palestinians, Ramadan Mubarak. In Alaska, north or south, Ramadan Mubarak. And I pray that I have done what Allah wanted me to do and not what I wanted to do. And also where I live at, in Chicago, Ramadan Mubarak. Tell y'all again, Masjid El Farouk in Chicago is doing wonderful works. They have houses. They give out food. They have, zakat. I'm going to visit there, 18900 South Stony Island, and they believe in the Sharia law. And it's not time for that yet. They believe. The Muslim. I'm not even going to say, I guess I will say, you know what? So you know what? I'm going to, inshallah, I'm forgetting somebody, Scandinavia, Sweden, Ramadan Mubarak, China, Muslims, Ramadan Mubarak, Indonesia, Ramadan Mubarak. And if you like this broadcast, share it. If you don't like this broadcast, let's say, you know what? This guy's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So if you can send any donation to my PayPal account, it's appreciated. But your salats, please include me in my works to including your salats to help me to continue my work that Allah has given me until I leave the dunya, until otherwise, to continue on in this endeavor. Become not good, but excellent. Ashadu Allah la ilaha, Ashadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. For those that want to become Muslims, you can repeat after me the Shahada. And my Arabic is not perfect, but Allah knows I'm trying my best. Ashadu la ilaha, Ashadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. Ashadu anna ilaha Muhammadur Rasulullah. That is a declaration of coming to Islam. And Islam is spreading. And thank you to Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, for letting the Muslims from Afghanistan come to the United States of America. Thank you. Thank you. And the Ukrainians, thank you for letting them come. And if you don't have documentation, Chicago, this is a sanctuary city. What is a sanctuary city? A sanctuary city means if you come to Chicago in the United States and you don't even have the proper documentation, they will still help you. You won't have to hide. They will give you something to get food. They will give you funds to get an education. For Muslims that are coming from Afghanistan or wherever you are in the world, but I want you to come to Chicago. But there are other sanctuary cities in the United States, which makes this a beautiful country. And that ends. But come to Chicago. Chicago is a sanctuary city where you do not need documents, paper, to get aid and assistance. Joe Biden is all right. In my opinion. He did what he did because I would say his goodness, but it was the will of Allah. So when you come to Chicago, you have nothing to fear about being a legal alien, whether you're from Haiti, Mexico. If you flee and get here, you can get help. You can get help. So I'm going to leave with the words of Assalamu alaikum. My bear witness today is no God but Allah. The Muhammad last message. And again, there's no compulsion in Islam and Muslim people that are Islamic and they're trying to force you to come to Islam. There's no compulsion in Islam. Compulsion means is I cannot make you be a Muslim. Cannot. And I'll say one thing: Islam is spreading in the United States of America. It is for the people that are watching. Islam for the UK, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, and other places. Pakistan is spreading. Not by force. Not by force. People are getting more clarity by understanding. But understand that it's about love. And love, what love? The love, to love Allah, to worship Allah, and to praise Allah. People are realizing that. So the more fire the enemy throws on Islam, thank you. Thank you. When you demonize it and talk about it on television, thank you. Because what you're doing is you're giving more notoriety, more of a presence and note for people to notice. And then once they sit down and really sit down and read it, they say, you know what? Some, not all. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, thank you for the people that tuned in. And I express myself to the best of my ability. And again, the things that I say that are wrong comes from myself, and the things that are good comes from Allah. Assalamu alaikum.